Good morning, everybody. First, before we get into our video today, we want to say May the 4th be with you. Happy 4th of May. So, was it May 4th? May the 4th be with you. That's what I was wanting to say. Today's video, we are in front of, hopefully you can see that. I will try to get that in the camera. Famous Monster Pizza in Decatur, Indiana. I got it right that time. Yep. I kept saying the wrong town, but it's Decatur. So we're going to go inside. We told the owner we're going to get a little behind the scenes of the place. We're going to look around this place. If you like classic monsters, this is a must see. You got to come out here and see this because all this decoration is all the good old monsters: Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein, all those guys, Mummy, and everything else. So it's going to be it's very unique. We've been here one time, but it's so busy. We got permission to come in here now and shoot before it opens, so we actually get to see
some of the decorations.
Right,
yeah.
Check it out, and hopefully you guys will like it. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay. All right, we are now inside the Famous Monster Pizza. We're speaking with Max, the owner of the place. Max, first of all, I want to thank you for allowing us to come in here and check your place out. That was thoughtful. We appreciate that.
No problem.
You want to tell us a little bit about the place, like how you come up with this, and a little bit about it?
Oh gosh, I mean, it started about 6 years ago. I was just trying to think of an idea, kind of to give my grandsons. I have 5 of them a job.
Oh, okay.
And they were all 4 of them in high school. Now 2 have graduated, and the 3rd one graduates, and then I have one that's going to be a senior next year. And so we started over in the bookstore on the corner. They had a coffee shop in there, but it closed up. And so they had the space. They had a pizza oven. And
oh, wow.
They were pretty much set up, so it wasn't much of an investment. So we started over there, and all the stuff that you'll see I've been collecting for like 50 years. I'm a monster kid from the 60s and 70s, and was just reading Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine. I just started buying stuff up and collecting.
Nice.
So that's what I pretty much have on the walls and stuff. But I guess we started back there in 2018 over there at the bookstore, and it took off so crazy right off. So within about a year in, I decided as a local historian I wanted a piece of downtown that I would actually own. So I looked for a building and found this one right down the street, which gave us like 4 times the size of what we had.
Okay, yeah.
So we could more than double our seating and have a nice sized kitchen over there. We just had a little closet and everything, and have more room, have a lobby, because over there we had a waiting room. It was the bookstore. People could just browse the bookstore while they're waiting for their tables, because on weekends there's usually was a wait list because we only had like 12 tables over there. So we've expanded here with more, and still on Friday and Saturday nights there's wait lists.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's a good problem to have. That when you know you're doing the right thing, if people are wanting to come there, so that's a good thing. So, okay. Well, we'll go ahead and, if you wanted to show us around a little bit, some of the decorations, see what you got over here.
Well, here what you're showing is the little gift shop of horrors.
Okay.
I mean, we sell Famous Monster t-shirts, and then licensed t-shirts too.
Oh, there you go.
And like purses and some toys and some, I don't know, bracelets, puzzles, different things. Some of the books, I mean, I wrote like this local history book of local ghost stories.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
And everything. And then we have like, Famous Monster trivia book and your My Horror Movie logbook. So watch your movies, you can keep track of them.
There you go. Now, do you do ghost hunts while you're on part-time? Do you go ghost hunting or anything like that?
I do not go.
Okay.
I have with some. I was the president of the Historical Society.
Okay.
And then we did, and we had ghost hunters come in, and I did it. But every October, for every weekend, on Friday and Saturday night, I do ghost tours. We have a horse-drawn wagon.
Oh, okay.
And that usually sells out in one day. The tickets, about 500 tickets, and
When do those go on sale, typically?
Mid-September. And then we meet
remember
over at the
that.
museum, and then it's an hour tour. The horse takes us through town, and I point out the houses and talk about them.
Oh, that'd be cool. You have to remember that one for sure. Around Halloween time, that's pretty cool. All right, check it out, the Creature in the Black Lagoon thing. That's one of my favorite monsters. I always like that creature.
Well, they have a shirt
there's
there. That's what we were talking about.
All right.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, I like this little gift shop of horrors.
Yeah, let me get that. Good little play on words there, isn't it?
I mean, you asked who my favorite. I mean, Bela Lugosi has always been my favorite. as the actor because I always felt he was the underdog. Karloff overshadowed him, kind
Right.
of thing. But you know, Dracula pretty much started it all.
Yeah, he
They
did.
had the silent movies, but it was the first talkie horror film, then followed up by Frankenstein with Karloff. But since we've opened and came over here, we've had guests come. I had a guy from Columbus come and who would actually sign people up who'd come in and do autographs and we show their movie, like Melissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp. She's been here 4 times.
Wow.
Always sells out. Had Deborah Foreman from April Fool's Day, Laura Lincoln and stuff from Friday the 13th, Julie Brown from Earth Girls Are Easy. Just a few weeks ago, Sarah Karloff, Boris Karloff's daughter,
Okay.
she
Oh, wow.
was here. And she's signing autographs. We brought people from Colorado and Minnesota flew
Awesome.
in to come and meet her,
Oh,
which
wow.
is so weird for a small town.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's a good draw right there for sure. Well, I mean, you know, unique places like this, you know, they're going to
People
draw
often
this.
say, "Why are you here in the middle of nowhere? You should be like in Chicago or something." I said, "Because I live down the street."
Right. Yeah, it's easier that way. Yeah.
And you said you've been collecting this for over 50 years, a lot of these?
Yeah, this magazine here was the first I bought with my own money. Famous Monsters, number 96, 1973.
Oh,
my.
Right, I already knew the magazine because my brother would read it, but he
I read that
always-
when I was a kid. Yeah, I
was
remember.
always worried about me having my grubby fingers on him. He never liked me to touch them too much.
Poor Hal. Yeah, we went to this last year. Unfortunately, didn't come back to Indianapolis this year, but it's a good place.
And this was their travel guide issue, which we're featured in. So,
Oh,
Nice.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
and as a kid, back then in the 70s, I would do some art. I mean, I painted that back then. A picture of Lon Chaney in London After Midnight.
Oh,
But one thing I was very proud of, what made me want to be a writer though, I wrote a story for Monster Fantasy magazine in the summer of '75.
Nice.
And sent it in to them. I was only between my junior and senior year in high school, and they published it. They
Oh.
sent me a check for $50.
Well, there you go. Cool.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong there.
So I was a published author.
Oh, wow. Alice Cooper.
Yeah, there you go. Eddie Munster and Sammy Terry. I always remember that when I was a kid too.
Yep.
So one of the things I truly like too is this Henry Hall autograph. He
Oh,
played
okay.
the Werewolf in London in 1935. He passed away in 1978. And Famous Monster said he wasn't feeling good. So everybody should send him some letters, and so they put an address in. So I did, and then I got his autograph back.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
He passed away.
The Fly. I remember that was pretty good. The original Fly.
So have these people been here? Or
Some of them, I got at conventions, like Eddie Munster and Alice Cooper was at a convention, and Sammy Terry. But the ones on the big ones, I've been here.
Okay.
Don't be mad if I forget his name. Daniel Roebuck.
Yes.
He's
yes.
because he's kind of like a friend, a Facebook friend and stuff.
Right.
He was on Lost,
Okay.
and he was also played Grandpa Munster in the new
Oh, the new Munster.
Rob
yeah,
Zombie's
right,
Munsters. He came here twice just to eat. He was over for an event over in Van Wert, and he heard about it because he's a Monster kid. This is like his house.
Yeah,
He
that's-
collects all this stuff. So he wants to come back so we can show the Munsters, and he'll sign autographs, but I haven't gotten the book yet.
Yeah. Nice. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is. That's. You got the old. There's It or whatever his name is. I can't.
Pennywise.
Pennywise. Yeah, I should know that.
And
Talk
this
about.
is our Frankie soda fountain, which we have ice cream because back in the 80s I run a newsstand which had a soda fountain. So then I didn't know
Okay.
how pizza and ice cream went together, but
Oh yeah, real good.
everything.
More collection in there.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've heard of Michael Myers at Decatur.
Yes. Yes. One of my coworkers asked me if he's ever been here.
Oh, he comes all the time.
Okay.
Right now he's deployed, so he's not home.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yep, he comes in, he gives me this, and he's made appearances. He did an autograph session, and anytime he has like 1 million followers all across the United States,
Wow.
and he'll post it. And it's crazy because then people just like flock too. Just
Yes.
and he's just a local guy, you know. He just started doing this, and it went viral.
Yeah. Somebody asked me to ask you if he had ever came in the restaurant. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
And
that
it's,
is.
It's interesting because he'll come in as Michael Myers. But
Right.
He comes in a lot. He just
As himself.
somebody asked me about him not too long ago. With Michael Myers or come in, I said, "You're kidding," because he was just here. You were probably here at the same time, but you know, I
Right.
don't like pointing him out. But
Right. But when he's normal,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
But the side over here, the dining room, was originally the steel pipe and dime, but from 1920 to 1955, it was the Court Movie Theater.
Oh,
So this was
Okay.
actually a movie theater.
Now, is this like an original sign that was out here, the
The
court?
one, no,
Yeah,
I just
okay.
reproduced it. So I mean, there's an original, but
That
yeah,
explains that sign then.
yeah, that's why I called it the
Okay.
Court. And this was the First National Bank.
Oh, okay.
This side is ran by Thomas Dorwin, and then he passed it on to his son-in-law in the 1890s when he had passed away, and his son-in-law was Charles Dugan. Locally, you would know Charles Dugan. He was a bank president. The bank started here, moved down to the corner, but he built the big yellow brick house over on the corner that is now the historical museum.
Okay, so it's here by close.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a couple of blocks over, yeah.
Nice. Okay. And so that part was the actual movie theater.
Yeah, this
in
was the
here.
movie theater on this side.
Okay.
I mean, they had a lobby in the front, and the ticket booth was right there in the front where you buy your tickets outside and then come into a small lobby. The projection booth was right above it,
Okay.
the lobby. You actually had to go, there's a stairway that was outside that went up this way, and there was just a little hatch up there. When we took out the drop ceiling, you could still see where the projection booth was because it was all lined in tin. And right up on the wall, great big, it says absolutely no smoking because film was, flammable and you couldn't smoke. You could smoke in the movie theaters back then,
Great.
but you
Okay.
couldn't smoke in the projection
Right.
booth.
Okay.
And so then they projected this direction. And they said the floor actually did slope. You come in, you go up a ramp, and then you could go down or up into the
Oh,
balcony or so. But yeah.
wow.
It's pretty wild.
When we bought the building, it was a gift shop. And people ask all the time, how do you, was there you done a lot of work from what I did? It's actually, we just tore out everything that had been done over the years. We went back to the original walls and the original ceiling and stuff because they had just a drop suspended ceiling in here and
So
had
these-
2x4 the walls with drywall and everything.
Oh,
We
okay.
just ripped it all back out.
So these brick walls were the original.
Original brick?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
And these windows were probably from when it was originally built, but they were covered up. They were still covered up, hidden behind the drop ceiling in there, 2x4 walls and drywall, and they were all, boarded up. And so we reopened them as windows, and my son designed
Oh,
the
so
stained glass windows.
Nice.
nice. I was going to ask you. You may have those specially. Somebody made those. Your son. Nice.
But they're just stickers.
Oh, really?
They're not real,
Okay.
but yeah.
Can tell it.
No, is he an artist then, or?
He's a graphic artist.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That helps.
I still have, as we go, I keep adding. I just added more onto the walls over this direction. I still have a lot of room and space to
Yeah.
add. And
It's
I want-
shrinking fast though, space-wise.
Yeah, and do some reconfiguration of some of the seating here. I think we're going to put some large booths down this side instead of tables
Okay.
and things.
Wow.
Eventually, the plan is, that door now, they put the stairway around. That door now goes up this way to the upstairs. And so
Okay.
an office is right up above. But from this side, and the alley's over here on this side, there's windows up above, all on the alley. The apartment that used to be up there, which the plan is to make it a themed Airbnb like this.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Wow.
Can they get room service then? Call down.
Wow.
I'm worried they'll be complaining about hearing the movie. Cause
Yeah.
we do about once a month, we do a late show, which we do more of the R-rated and like the 80s movies. that
Oh, yeah,
people
the-
Oh,
The
We
good
do a
stuff,
buffet
yeah.
with it, and we turn the lights down and there's big speakers up there, make it more theater quality sound and not the drive-in speakers.
Okay, yeah. Each booth has their own.
Speaker, don't it?
Speaker,
Yeah.
okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That's really
So
cool.
yeah, if you turn it up, if you want to talk, you can turn them down.
Right.
That makes it nice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't help though when we want to move tables and flip them because people will sit there. We're watching the movie.
Oh, that's
Which
true.
one thing good about the old movies that we usually show from the 30s and 40s, they're only about an hour long. That's pretty much what it takes once you sit down, order, and eat.
Right.
You're here about an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
So even if you come in the middle, you can watch it up to where you left off. And
So do you play the same movie that weekend, for instance? It's the same one?
right now we're running on Tuesdays, TV Tuesdays, so it's classic TV shows.
Okay.
Like this week we did Droids, the cartoon from the 90s or 80s,
Okay.
because it's Star Wars week. And we'll do Scooby-Doo, or little kind of, sometimes cartoons, or we've done Dark Shadows, or Twilight Zone and stuff on Tuesdays. And then we start on Wednesday through Saturday, we do the feature of the week. Like this week is The Empire Strikes Back for Star Wars week.
Right.
And then Saturday afternoon from 11 to 2, 11 to 3, we'll repeat a special one, usually a family-oriented one. Like, I mean, today it's Rogue One for Star Wars, but otherwise, it can be, I don't know, more of the 80s PG ones, or like Goonies, or
Right.
those kind of things.
There you go.
So, yeah.
I was gonna say the first time we came and we ate was it Wolfman and Dracula,
Yeah, it was
right?
an old, an original black and white one. Yeah, I think it was. That's what it was. I think.
Frankenstein's Wolfman.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I knew it had Wolfman in it,
Right.
but I'd never seen it, so it was kind of cool watching.
I like the
just-
black and whites. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
I really grew up on. Those are the ones I really like. And I like doing the silent ones all the way back to Lon Chaney at the Phantom of the Opera and Lines
Oh.
Back
Yeah, that's-
and stuff. Nosferatu is one of my favorite from 1922.
Yeah, I've actually never seen it. I've seen clips of it. I'm going to have to check that one out because he looks creepy as heck in that.
Yeah, and it's supposedly like one of the best adaptations of Dracula.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually got sued because they never paid the rights for it in 1922. It was still under copyright.
Oh.
And all prints were supposed to be destroyed, but they weren't. And so
Right.
It survived.
That's interesting. Wow.
Well, nowadays they just want to remake everything, in movies because they there's something original. They always want to remake everything, and they're usually just not as good when you remake something. I don't think so.
One thing I like about this, and I don't ask for it, but people bring me gifts all the time, or they clean their house. Say, I got this. I don't really need it. Do you want it? I say, yeah, I'll take it. I'll find
like
someplace
stuff
for
they've
it.
collected over.
Yeah.
Wow,
Nice.
That's cool.
One was his guy whose mom died, and in her closet he found some Dark Shadows puzzles and stuff. So he brought those in.
Wow, so there's probably stuff in people's attics that they
Yeah.
don't even know about, and then they go and find them. That's
Yeah.
a great way to do something with them.
Like over the years, a lot of this stuff was in my attic. I mean, I collected it in the 70s as a kid, and then of course I got married and I grew up. I had kids, and it all was put in boxes, and I didn't do
Right,
much with it in the 80s and stuff. And then eBay came along, and it piqued my interest again. And I did some dumb things. I sold stuff that I wish I never would have. But it
Yeah.
had value because, gosh, this, what am I doing with it? It's in the closet. But then I was buying stuff. But what am I ever going to do with it? My daughter went off to college, and I turned her room into a room. Then the other one went, and I turned her room into some more, and then kind of came up with this idea.
So are your children horror fans of
No,
this
really.
stuff?
Well, the
No?
oldest one, kind of. I mean, she likes Dark Shadows. She'll watch this stuff. The second one, no. She
Okay.
doesn't really. And the youngest one, he's all about Jurassic Park. I mean, he has
That's good. That's good stuff.
the Jurassic Park Jeep that he totally refurbished, and I mean, it's a 1993 Jeep, just like in the movie.
Okay.
And then in June, we have Jurassic June, and one Saturday we'll pick, and he'll deliver pizzas in it.
Oh wow,
That's pretty cool.
So people then come out and get their picture with it.
There you go.
Now, does he take it to car shows?
Yeah, he does.
Because I thought
We
I
might have seen
it.
one down there at James Dean last year. We saw a Jurassic Park car there, or Jeep. It looked really
Yeah,
cool.
it's pretty cool.
We just like the show, Had the license number and everything on it.
That's pretty cool.
Like
I like
Godzilla.
James Dean too, but I didn't have enough. I got a lunch, and I like Elvis too.
Yeah.
I
Hey, you got
I don't have
Godzilla.
enough
That's
to
the
do
main
with
thing.
Elvis.
You got the Godzilla. That's my favorite thing. I love him.
Yeah. I've had a guy wanting that big Godzilla.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Every time he comes, he's I'll buy that, I'll buy it.
Ah.
And for Christmas, my grandson got me one. He found it on Facebook Marketplace.
That big
There's
one there?
another one in there on the shelf up above, because I have two of them now.
Oh
Wow. Yeah, because those things are hard to find.
Yeah.
I've got the one I got's not maybe half that tall. It's not that big. That's nice. Because that's the modern Godzilla too. That's the good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And that little Godzilla in front of me, I still remember buying that in the 90s for my son.
Oh.
That was
Okay.
a thing too. I don't know, he was, of course, he was collecting Ninja Turtles when he was, you know, in the 90s as a kid.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then, but we kept them because, you know, I like to keep stuff. And
Right.
I gave him the box, but before I gave it to him, I dug through it and pulled out all the Universal Monster Ninja Turtles, which are in there. He goes, those are mine. I go, I know, but, you know. The rest of your turtles are still in that box in your attic. So.
Oh, so you brought his and they're displayed. Okay.
Yeah. I can't find them all. I know he had them all, but I can't find them all.
Huh.
Wow.
Look at these hands out here.
Oh, those are creepy.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, right, I got the Kong up there is actually my grandson's. Bought it for him for
Yeah,
Christmas.
you don't see-
a few
you don't
years
see those
ago.
either very
I know,
much.
The light that was shining this way burned out. So
Okay.
I turned it. Well, the one that shined down burned out, so I turned the one down on the table. I got to get more lights this way.
Right.
And so he gave it back because, I mean, it's still his, but it's up there on the
It's
shelf.
just displayed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
he
that's
doesn't really play
nice.
with it. Because he's 12 almost.
Well, these are collectibles, not toys, right?
Like my Alien.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is
This New Generation Star Trek was my son's from when he was a kid. I mean, I also bought my kids. It was stuff like that.
that Medusa's pretty cool. My goodness.
Yeah, the batteries were
Yeah, that's kind of creepy,
fresh.
isn't it?
The snakes will move and her eyes light up when she talks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, I didn't notice that gremlin over there in the corner till now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just look around here forever with all these stuff, you know.
That Barvis Collins game I had as a kid.
Oh my goodness.
And the album below it. Some of the stuff, you know, like from the 90s on up. Like these other things in packages. Most of the stuff, if it's out of packages, it's because it's from earlier when people didn't keep things.
Yeah,
in a
back
box.
then they didn't. Yeah, now you want to keep mint in box. Exactly.
Right.
That really makes the value go up. Have you been out to like Universal Studios that actually filmed all those old monster shows? Have you been out there on that tour?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
have, and I actually a few years back, my daughter went out there for work, and she wanted someone to go with her because her husband had stayed here with her kids. So I went with her because she's kind of scared to go to California by herself in Anaheim. And so while she was in classes during the day, you know, I went to Universal, and since it was just me, I just got the VIP tour, which was like a $300-400 ticket.
Right,
Which
right.
was only 8 people on our tour, and they actually took us into a studio where they filmed a TV show, which my daughter flipped out because that's like her favorite show, and she missed it because she was
In a class.
in a
Yeah.
class. But I just went without her because otherwise she was only available at night. We went to Disneyland at
Yeah.
night, but yeah. And then my son and my wife and my son's wife, we went back to Universal a couple of years ago, a few years back. Went back to California because they're all about. She's all about Disney. She wants to go all the different Disneylands and Disney World.
Yeah,
she's
they're-
never been to Disneyland, so she wanted. Of course, we went to Universal because we're in California. We have to go to Universal.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
They had that little section. So on the VIP tour, you got to go where they filmed some of the
Yeah,
classic.
and you actually, and you got to jump ahead in all the lines on everything, and you do the regular tour that they do with the big bus, but you're on just a bus with 8 people, like the Earthquake Building and King Kong and all that
Right.
stuff. But you actually get out, and they actually take you on the back lot, where you actually can get out. And I questioned it because he says this is where they filmed all the Universal horror films,
Right.
The German Village. I said, didn't this burn down in the 70s? I said, oh, I don't know. I said, well, it did. It's been rebuilt, but it's not
The
the
actual. Okay.
original. But they did film Pirates of the Caribbean there.
Right,
And
okay.
He showed right where Johnny Depp ran up the steps and everything.
Well, that's pretty cool that you knew that though, and you knew more.
Yeah, the
than
guy
you
didn't know. Yeah, he didn't know who he
Some
was talking
college kid
to.
doing the tours. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know who he was talking to when we come to monsters. Now that's what I want right there. That creature.
That's pretty cool.
That is
yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
They also have, I mean, Dracula is the same part of that series. I mean,
Yeah,
he's-
those are like
it's just his
life-size
top.
almost.
The rest of it's just not,
Okay.
It's all fake. I mean, it's a mannequin thing in there.
Right. Yeah, almost life size almost, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I liked him too. And
Yeah.
they designed the. poster to go under it to make it like it's part of the 3D poster.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I got to move that turtle, especially if I talk about it now, because he's right now on eBay for like $500-600.
Oh my gosh.
Because he's in his box, but it's from the 90s even.
Wow.
Well, was that a gift that you gave one of your kids, or?
No, I don't know. I bought it on eBay not very long ago, and I sure not paid that for it. But
Nice.
Yeah, we just watched a video or a filming location in California where they filmed one scene of the lagoon and actually showed that picture right here of one of the guys that actually played it. It showed the lagoon stuff. That was pretty neat.
Yeah.
But that stuff really is cool. I mean, I'm also an Elvis fan. We just went to Nashville, and I stood right where Elvis stood when he recorded certain songs in the studio. We went through Studio 56. I know this has nothing to do with that, but with
That's
this,
cool, though,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, they have a spot on the floor.
It's nice
right
to walk
there.
history, you know?
Yeah,
And see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
can't get much bigger than Elvis.
There's all kinds of creature stuff. There.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Now that picture there, was that something that someone did for you? Or?
No, that was, it's a print, but
Okay.
that too a guy brought in.
Okay.
Well, he wanted me to buy his collection stuff, and that was part of it. And I said, all right, I'll do whatever for this much of it.
That's pretty cool. Little jaw section there. I like that.
Oh yeah.
I just went to Martha's Vineyard this last summer
Oh really?
Okay.
to see and stood in front of, the police station and all those things.
Yeah. But that's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if it changed, but yeah.
The little pond area where the shark, comes in on it. I've seen some videos of that too.
That's pretty cool.
This is definitely loaded with stuff. Like I said, you got some room, but you're running out, aren't you?
Yeah. Some of the older stuff some of it, like this here album, was my older brother's, and when he passed away, then I got it. But that's from the '60s
Okay.
and stuff. And I have tons of magazines, but I don't have them all.
Right.
Famous Monsters.
I gotcha.
Different ones.
I didn't even know there were magazines called Monster.
Oh, I remember. I read Famous Monsters when. You remember Fangoria?
Yeah.
I used to read that too. I remember that when I was a kid.
It's
Oh,
funny,
yeah.
Fangoria, you say that, because I collected it in the 70s, and I continued to buy it in the 80s, and then my kids, one of my daughter's friends, he had Fangorias. I said, I got all the old ones. I got one on up.
Oh wow.
Can I buy him? Can I buy him? Can I buy him? Whatever. So I sold them to him. And then I found out a good friend of mine who's all into all this stuff. He now has them because he bought them from him.
Oh my goodness.
Those were mine. Give them back.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Get back to the rightful owner. Oh, they got. Look, there it is. A slaughtered lamb.
Yeah, I was
American
thinking
Werewolf in
that.
London.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, American Werewolf in London.
That was a good movie for its time. That was very
We
well.
did that as one of our late shows.
Okay, that was very well done.
Yeah, that definitely would have to be on when adults
Yeah.
were around.
All right.
Man, that's
Michael Myers of Decatur was here. He sold us that mask. But that's just like he originally had it. He wore it out. He sold once that mask.
It's pretty cool. There's just so much stuff in here.
Yeah,
I like the Dorian Gray.
Oh, there's.
Life size for the actual portrait from the movie.
Oh, is that? Okay.
Oh,
It's a vinyl print.
I like that Vincent Price
The original's
picture.
in the Chicago Museum of Art. It's
Oh,
from
really?
the 1945 movie. Picture of Dorian Gray. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Vincent Price.
That's a good picture there. That's cool. I didn't realize there were seats up here.
Yeah. Trying to think what else.
Well, the thing is, there's good food here too, besides just the decor.
Oh,
So.
yeah.
Yeah, these two posters hung in my bedroom as a kid.
Yeah, that black light, that was
Yeah,
always fun.
that was big back in the day.
You got Scooby-Doo up there.
Exorcist, yeah, that movie is still wild. A good
Poor
show.
Gizmo.
Yeah, poor old Gizmo.
Oh my. I just now
Sometimes when I'm
noticed that.
bored, I'll make props a little bit just so I have stuff. Like I don't have enough.
Right.
Like this can of Soylent Green.
Oh my gosh.
You ever see
Yeah.
that movie?
I've heard
That's
of it.
Yeah.
Where's that from?
Has Charlton Heston in it in the 70s. But, they take people and they make them into food because the world's overpopulated.
I've
Right.
never
Oh,
seen
yeah.
it. I've heard of
green
that.
is actually people.
Yeah, somebody was talking about when at work.
Wow.
I see people all the time like, oh, can we get that on the pizza?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That's in the all meat version.
no. Yeah. You see this War of the Worlds poster?
No, I have not.
Yeah.
Another classic. Now that's the best one right there. I love those Martian ships. That's when I think of World of Worlds.
I want one to hang.
I got a model one, but it's on the table.
Yes, not a big one.
No.
That'd be cool if you could find a big one to hang up there.
Oh yeah.
And I've got Zuzu here from The Exorcist,
Oh
Oh
wow.
my goodness.
and it's signed by Eileen Dietz, who did
oh,
played
yeah,
the
she
demon.
was the mom, right?
She was the demon.
The demon. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow.
Wow,
That's-
that's awesome.
Yeah, that movie was definitely freaky. Real creepy for sure.
Yeah. I have a Reagan I had at the old building, a life-size Reagan. It was really, I put it together.
Oh, okay.
I had a mannequin that, this is signed by her. I had a mannequin that was kneeling, so I put her nightgown on her and got a mask, and we used it in a haunted house we had, but then I put it on the shelf with her. People hated it.
Really?
We're not gonna come if you have that there.
Oh, they
Why? They were creeped out by it?
sounds like it.
It wasn't spitting like green pea soup at them or anything.
But I get the same with Pennywise out there. We
Yeah.
hate clowns. People like walk by like this and they're tired. You guys adults or what?
Right. Come on now.
So did you say you guys have a haunted house that you did as well?
The museum does the haunted house.
Oh,
whenever.
here? Yeah.
No, over at the museum.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a built in 1902 mansion, and so I started it a number of years back, and we cover all the furniture with white sheets, and then put up lots of spider webs and make a path, and it's a big fundraiser for them.
So you guys still do that now?
They do. I'm not part of it.
Right.
I'm now off the board now, but yeah, they still do it. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that sounds
but
like a
that's where the wagon tours run from.
Mm.
Okay.
Or they start at the museum, so people go to the haunted house and then ride the wagon, but you have to have your tickets ahead. We get people all the time.
Yeah.
How much is it? I go, yeah, wait till next year.
Right.
Oh no.
They sell out pretty quick.
And yeah, last year they sold out in 24 hours.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we gotta remember that. That's for sure.
Since I've been doing them online, used to sell them at my wife's flower shop, and one year we sold them here, so then it takes about a week.
Right.
But you
But
put them
now-
online.
Yeah, the outreach is so much credible that way. Yeah. All
That's
right.
a pretty cool poster.
Now, what are your hours here again?
The hours, Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay.
During the week, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 to 9. And Friday nights, 11. Well, Thursday we're here for lunch. So Thursday's 11 to 9. And Friday is 11 to 10. And Saturday's 11 to 10.
Okay.
We're open for special events only on Sunday, or we also do private events.
Okay.
And you can lease us out for Sundays or Mondays. We're not open on Mondays. Which we just had a family lease it last Sunday for a birthday or an anniversary party for the husband and wife and their daughter.
Oh.
So they leased it and ordered pizza, so we came in and
Nice.
watched Halloween 3, his favorite movie.
Oh wow.
Oh, the Season of the Witch. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a classic. It had nothing to do with the other ones, but it's a classic in its own right.
And I agree, and that's what his wife says. He likes the worst one. I go, it's not really the worst one. It's just people say that because it doesn't have Michael Myers.
Right. But it's good. I like it. Yeah.
But it's just different. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And John Carpenter, actually, that was his idea, was to make Halloween movies, but actually tell different stories, more of a Twilight Zone thing. But
Yeah, because I was told he wanted to just do one. That was it on
Yeah.
Halloween, not do any more. He ended at that, but they ended up getting talked to him to set. Now that's gotten way out of line.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, hey, we appreciate it. Here we go. The menus there, like covers the menu. Either even monster themed there. So we'll show you the pizza too when we order it. But we are going to enjoy some monster pizza. So, all right. It's kind of gorgeous. Kind of give a kind of what they got, what to look forward to when you come up. The drinks here. Got your beers. You build your own pizza. You got mummy rolls. Sounds kind of funny, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Grinders, salads, and there you have it. That's what we get. That's what we got. Okay, we brought you back. We have got our pizza. I'm going to try not to spill this, but bring it close to the camera. That is a Chicago style deep dish. Now that looks like, that's a small. That thing is huge. So we've got, it's pretty much a supreme pizza. One breadstick left. I'll show you that. We didn't get a chance to show you the drinks, but I got a cherry cola drink. So you got a root beer float with skull head. That's pretty cool. But we're going to try this and see what we're dealing with. So it's pretty massive. You're going to need a plate.
It is pretty big.
Yeah, that's. I'm glad we got a small, not a large, or even a medium at this point. Man.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All that cheese.
Yeah, this is incredible. You got room for yours?
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of sauce. It's too big to kind of pick up and carry, so we're going to just cut it. And we'll cheer with our forks on a piece. That's too big to try to, that's too hard to try to carry, so.
Oh man.
I know, a lot of cheese. Cheers.
Whoa.
Very good. Check out Monster Pizza. You won't regret it. Delicious.